Hi, welcome to another chapter of the series Free English Lessons. I am David Basantes Fierro, SLT, second language teacher. Today we're going to be checking the topic of can and could. This is the topic that it's useful for levels A2 and C1. So let's start. Can and could. Super important to check the pronunciation. In the case of the verb can, normally you try not to pronounce the A. You don't say can so open. You just kind of say like can, especially when you're speaking fast. And finally, in the case of this one, could, remember not to pronounce the L. You don't say could. A very common mistake, especially with in Spanish speaking people. Don't say could. It's not could, it's could. Now pronunciation of the letter L. So anyways, let's check the first point of the use of can or could. These are modal verbs. Point number one, use can or can't to express your abilities or abilities you have now in this moment. For example, I can speak English or I can't speak German. So these are abilities you have or either have or don't have now in this moment. Use could or couldn't for abilities in the past, abilities you used to have. For example, I could speak French when I was a child, but I can't now. I could speak English when I was a child, but I can't now. Sorry, let's see the example again. I couldn't speak English when I was a child, but I can now. Point number two. Can and could are used to make requests when you're asking for something. Could is more polite than can't than can when you're requesting or asking for something. Remember, if you want to sound more polite, use could. For example, can you cook this evening, please? But if you want to sound more polite, you should say, could you pass me the salt? Use can to reply to requests. When you're answering a request, use can. For example, can I sit here? Yes, you can. Or sorry, you can't. Another example, can you cook this evening, please? Yes, I can. Or sorry, I can't. Do not use could in replies to requests. If somebody asks you to do something, you should not answer with could. You have to answer with can or can't, either can or can't. Okay. For example, you could lend me. Could you lend me some money? Yes, I could. This would be incorrect. You have to say yes, sure, or yes, I can, or sorry, I can't. You have to be straightforward. You have to be direct, because if somebody makes a request to you and you answer with could, the person doesn't know if they can count on you or not. Now let's check the form. We're going to be checking 5 points about the form of can and could. Let's check the point number 1. Use can and could, and when you use that, remember that these are the same for all the persons. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they use can or could. You do not have a third person variation for he, she, or it. It's the same for all the persons. Point number 2. For the negative can, you have 3 possibilities. Cannot, or can't. When you're speaking fast, you do not pronounce the T for the negative. You just say the A so super large, or let's say with more time. Can't. When you're doing the negative for could, you say couldn't. Let's check the point number 3. And the point number 3, we have that there is always a verb after can or could, and the verb is always in the base form without to. For example, Sally can help you. You don't have you don't say Sally can helps you or Sally can to help you. In this case, helps or to help are incorrect because they are not the base form. The base form is help. Remember, can or could have to use the base form of the next verb. Okay? Point number 4. Make questions by inverting can and the subject. For example, in positive, I have I can see you this afternoon. But in question, can I see you this afternoon? Another example, you could help me. The question, could you help me? Let's check the point number 5. Use can or can't or couldn't in short answers. For example, can your brother swim? Yes, he can. No, he can't. Could you do the test? Yes, I could. No, I couldn't. All right, let's continue. Some common mistakes. Some students make questions incorrectly. They say, you can speak English. They just do their raise of the voice intonation, but they don't respect the grammar. You have to say correctly, can you speak English? Remember that when you're asking questions, you have to start with the modal verb can first. Okay? Or another example, I could sit here. That's incorrect. You have to ask, could I sit here? Remember to start with the modal verb. Well, now please go to the link in the description to practice exercises about this topic that we have just started. If you are on Instagram, on IGTV, you have to go up to the title of the video, click on the title of the video, and you will display the link to go to do the exercises. For Instagram and YouTube, the link for the exercises is down in the description. Remember to follow us on Instagram, on IGTV, and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. And see you in the next video. Bye-bye.